Alright guys, doing a Bach Minuet in D minor today. Sounds something like this. And so forth. Hello, I'm Sean Cheek. Welcome to my SeanCheek.com piano lesson videos. I always put the free part 1 on YouTube. The rest of the lessons for this piece are on my website, SeanCheek.com, as well as many other piano lesson videos. If you have trouble with reading piano music and just knowing where the notes are on the keyboard, knowing what the names of the notes are, reading sharps, flats, time signatures, rhythms, all of that, you need to try my Sight Reading Boot Camp series that's also on the website, and it will get you a good foundation on how to read music. And then when you get to this kind of stuff, it's not near as difficult to read the music. Alright, so let's take a look here. Our key signature is 1 flat, so we know every time we have a B note, the letter B, we're going to flat it anywhere on the keyboard. So B is automatically flat because we're in the key of D minor. Okay. And then our time signature is 3/4. So 3 counts per measure. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 in each measure. And minuets are, always in 3. So a lot of these old dances were in 3 dance forms. So 3 counts per measure. D minor. Let's take a look at the right hand. We start off with an A note here, above middle C. Then we're going to go up to an F, then down to an E, down to a D, then down to a C sharp. Now the sharp is what we call an accidental. All right. The B flat thing, that was the key signature. That's automatic B flats everywhere. But this is called an accidental. And it's just a sharp in the middle of the piece, and you just sharp it. Normally it's not until you see it. So C sharp. So this first measure is 1, 2, and 3, and that's the rhythm. We have a quarter note and then 4 eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Okay? Take a look at the left hand. We start off with a D note, and then here we go to an E. Okay, so not much in the left hand. We'll put our hands together, we'll put our vertical lines there, what I like to do. Let's play the first measure. Ready, go. 1, 2, and 3, and. Okay, 1 and 2, and. If you have to pause, pauses are okay. You just want to make sure you're pushing the right buttons down, and those little pauses will disappear as you play more and more and more. So just give it time. Don't force that. Right hand, we're going to start with a D up here, and then go to an A, and then up to a B flat. Okay? So D, A, B flat. On your left hand, you're going to start with an F, and then go up to a G note. I thought it was raining, but that's my computer. My laptop, I'm burning custom DVDs for people, and it makes a noise when it starts burning. Alright, F, G. So we put these hands together, and then we have 1, 2, 3. Again, 1, 2, 3. Let's move on to the next measure. Let's look at the right hand. We start on a C sharp. Then we're going to go up to E, and then up to G, and then up to B flat. Now this B is flatted because the key signature, okay, tells us to flat all B's. And then we go down to an A, and then we go down to a G at the end there. So it's 1 and 2 and 3. And as far as fingerings, you could do one of two things. You could start with your 2 finger, and then cross under with your thumb for the E, and then play it that way, or you could start with your thumb and... Me personally, I like to do the thumb on the black key, which probably is not what most piano teachers would tell you to do. The idea is everybody's fingerings are you just come to your own fingering that works for you. There are bad fingerings. You don't want to use a bad fingering, but a lot of it is just developing instinct by playing and trying out different fingerings. And somehow your body just starts to get, your hand just and brain just get together subconsciously, I think, and you just figure out what's going to work the best by just trying it a little bit. So don't get too hung up on fingerings. Try different fingerings. Develop that instinct. You'll never develop it if you never try it. So don't get hung up on doing the exact fingering that's in the music or what I'm doing. Left hand is an A, and then a low A here. Okay, so we put our hands together, and then we have 1 and 2 and 3 and... Okay. And then here on the right hand we have an F, and then an E, and then an F, and then a D. So it's 1, 2, and 3. Alright. Left hand here, it starts with a D, down to an A, down to a low D. We always hear about people talking about lights being hot when they're on stage or, you know, doing opera or something. They said the lights are so hot. Well, I believe it. I just bought some studio lights here for the lighting here. And, you know, it gets pretty warm. Let's try the whole line, okay? So starting right here and going all the way to here. 1, ready, go. 1, 2, 3. This was always one of my favorite pieces to play when I was a kid. Bach Minuet, loved it. Let's scroll up a bit. We'll do a little bit, give you a little bit more for this free part 1. I know some of you can't pay for lessons because you just can't, don't have the money because of where you live or just situations, but you still can learn how to, you know, play some things from the free part 1s that I put on YouTube. It's just, you don't get it all, but you at least get something, right? Alright, so this is going to be... So we're going to start with an F on the right hand. Okay, and then we're going to go to B flat, and then an A. Remember B's flat, right? F, B flat, A. And you know I cut off a little bit of the sides. That's because I'm zooming in so much. I figure we can, you know, cut off just the edge a little bit so that you can get a bigger picture. F, B flat, A, D, C. So 1 and 2 and 3 and on the left. Let's look at, on the right. Let's look at the left hand now. Start with a D, C, B flat. So you got to flat that one. Okay. Now we put our hands together, and then we have 1 and 2 and 3 and again. 1 and 2 and 3. All right. Now next we have an ornament. Remember exactly what this one's called, a mordant, or anyway. You have a little squiggly thing there, and then a little squiggly thing going up. So whatever the name of it is, you're just going to go D, E, F really fast. It's called an ornament. Okay? It's a fancy way to get to the F, because that note is F up there. So we're going to go D, E, F like that. Okay? So D, E, F real fast. And then for these 4 notes, it's going to be E, D, C, B flat. So left hand's going to have an A, and then up to an E here. A and then E. Put our hands together, and then we have 1, 2, 3, and again. Alright, a little bit more, and then we'll wrap it up for this free part 1. A, and then B flat, C, and then F, and then E, and then F. So, now watch that rhythm. You have an 8th note and 2 16ths. So it's bum, 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 bum. 1 and a 2, 3, 1. I won't get into detail on why it's counted that way. That's on the boot camp series. I get into all that. I don't want to. I'm just going to assume you can play a little bit already when we're doing these lessons. F on the left hand, A, up to C, okay? Put our hands together, and then we have 1 and 2, 1, 2, and 3, and well, I should have just played that one measure. Okay? And then the last measure, we have an F on the right hand. The left hand is going to have a low F. And then the last 4 notes are going to be higher F, and then an E, and then a D, and then a C sharp. So it's bum, 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 bum. And you can play the 8th notes, what's called non-legato, which means little separation. Makes it sound stylistic for that period of time that it was written in. So, 1, 2. Alright, now let's play from here all the way to this repeat sign here, okay? 1, ready, go. Alright, I'll put the rest of the lessons for this piece on the website, SeanSheep.com. I'll talk to you guys later.